Okay, 1.219 gallons, 81.5 miles, 66.8 miles per gallon. That's the lowest I've gotten, but you know what? The bike's broken in and I'm riding it a little harder, so I expect that's what I'm going to be seeing more than those 80 and 90 mile per gallons that I have been getting. Well, I haven't said what I'm doing yet today. So it is March, I'm pretty sure that's the right month, 11th. I just reset my clock, so it's 1:17. I just gassed up. And I'm planning on riding up WA Bar to the turn for Toad Road, or the road for Toad Lake. And I'll just ride up that as far as I can go. Oh, I'm sure nobody watching this would ever do such a thing, but I managed to start this ride without buckling my helmet. Now it's done. Again, if I sell that Tiger 900, and that's a big if, but if I did, I got a list of motorcycles I've thought about, and they could be quite a bit different. But one of them is a Kawasaki Z500. The reasoning for that is that it weighs about 370 pounds, which is right there in the weight I would love to have a motorcycle at. Got a very low seat height, about 30 inches, which, you know, that would just make it wonderful for turning around on roads and pushing around the garage. The other one there's more I'm thinking about. The other one I'm thinking about is Kawasaki Z650. I've sat on those before. I've kind of liked the feel of them. A little heavier. I believe they weigh about 423 pounds. No, 423 pounds gassed up. So it's getting a little ways over that 400 pounds that I would like to keep it at. But it looks like it'd be a fun bike, and again, I've always kind of liked Kawasaki's. Another bike I'm thinking about would be a Honda NX500. That'd have a little higher seat and weigh about like a little more than a Z650. I think it's around 430 pounds. But it would be a little bit adventure-y, not much, but I mean, it's got the 19-inch front wheel for dirt roads and such. It'd be a little bit better than the two Kawasaki street bikes. And it's got a windshield on it, you know, to give you some wind protection. That'd be good. Another bike, and boy, this is way out of left field, but for some reason it's always appealed to me, is a Honda NC 750X. And that's heavy, it weighs 500 pounds, but I've sat on those too. They got a nice low seat height, and they got a super low center of gravity. I mean, the gas tank is under the seats. The motor just almost lays down flat. I mean, all your weight is down low. So 500 pounds, but it really feels light. So, I mean, that's a plus, but it's higher than the weight range I'm really looking for. But the other really big plus on it, it's got Honda's DCT, dual clutch transmission, which is basically an automatic transmission. But that's always appealed to me because I've got arthritic hands, and, you know, shifting is, and slipping a clutch is not as easy for me as it once was. So, I mean, that's appealing. It's a pure street bike. I mean, they kind of give it adventure bike styling, but it isn't. It's got 17-inch wheels front and rear. I've looked at, just read about the CF Moto Ibex 450. It looks like a really neat bike. Reliability is still a little bit out on it, but it sounds like it might be pretty good. Problem is there's no dealers close to me, so it's kind of like my Triumph. I'd have to go a long ways to find one, and if you needed any work done on it, you'd have to go a long ways to take it somewhere. Other bikes I kind of scratch my head over, but probably not, like a Triumph, Scrambler 400 or whatever. It's a single cylinder. It wouldn't be as good on the road, but it's got enough power. But again, it's got the issues with my current Triumph. I got to drive 4 hours to get to a dealer, and if you needed any work done on it, it could be a little problematic. Being a single cylinder, I might be more willing to do the work on it myself. So there you have it. That's where I am at the moment. There's some other bikes kind of floating around in my mind, but what it's really going to come down to, I got to get the Tiger sold, which I'm not at all sure that I will. And if I don't sell it, you know, I still like riding it. And I think I've just about gotten to the point where I turn. Yeah. If I just kept going up this, I'd get over to where that low water crossing for the middle fork of the Sacramento is. I don't think I'll do that today. I'm sure it's getting lower. So one of my viewers, he's one that actually watches a little more than most. He makes comments. I really appreciate him. I like his comments. But he made the comment, I think on the last video I made from this, that I was taking shallow, short breaths. You know, and when you listen to it on this microphone, unfortunately, it tattles on me. You can hear my breathing. And so sometimes I do start kind of breathing hard. Of course, it depends on how hard the ride is. Like right now, it's just easy. But his comment was I needed to take deeper breaths, and I'm sure he's right. So I'll think about that a little bit on this road when I get to any harder parts of it. No, other Hondas that are interesting to me are ones that have their E-clutch. They still got a clutch, and you can actually use it normally if you want to, but you can just shift it. But it's better than a quick shifter. I mean, you can come to a complete stop, motor won't die, it disengages. It's not an automatic like their DCT. You still actually have to work that gear shift lever, but you don't have to use the clutch at all. That appeals to me. Seems like I've heard they're going to come out with a version of the NX500 with that. They've already got a 650 that has it, street bike. Not sure that I'm that interested in that particular bike that they're selling, but anyway, other things I'm considering. And I have no idea how long I'm going to have to consider all this, because again, I think there's a pretty strong chance that I'll be keeping that Tiger for another year. And who knows what next year might bring. And again, something I'm always thinking about is, again, I'm standing up. This is a rough road, kind of need to. But keep my weight balanced where I don't have to put a lot of pressure on my hands and arms, shoulders. I seem to be doing okay with that at the moment. And honestly, that is what makes a dual sport seat okay, because you spend a lot of time standing up. It's okay too, I mean, if you're just going for half an hour, 45 minutes somewhere. Much longer than that, and I think I'm going to be a little tired of the seat. Although I have yet to do it on this bike. Put on a pair of bicycle shorts with those that are heavily padded for, you know, riding your bicycles. And that helps a whole lot on a seat like this. I used to do that just all the time. And I don't so much anymore. Just don't want to take the time. Guess I'm a little lazy to put on that kind of stuff. Kind of hard to believe that there are dirt bike trails that kind of parallel this road, but there are. They're steep, rocky, narrow, challenging. I just went past kind of a broad little camp area a moment ago. Had a big fire ring up there and such. I've been in there and I've looked around. And the dirt bike crowd will sometimes drive up to there, and they get a big group up and kind of use that for their staging area. But this is steep, steep country. You know, those trails. Yikes. Now, I rode my e-mountain bike up here. It's been a few years ago, but I tried to explore some of those trails on that. And I mean, obviously with that e-mountain bike, you can't get stuck. You can carry it over and around just about anything, but those trails were too hard for me on the e-mountain bike. And I just said, I do not think that I will ever try to ride a dual sport or dirt bike or anything up there. 20 years ago, I'm pretty sure I would. But even then, only if I was with a group. You just don't do stuff like that single. Okay. What will I see here? So far, so good. It's not ice. Oh, this is a problem. Okay. There is just a chance that I could, where that's broken over on the side there, I could drag that around. I'll go over there and give a tug on it and see if that would come loose. If so, I might be able to drag it around where I could get around it, but I got a little folding saw that I could have put in my pack. That would have been enough to cut through where that broken part is. It looks a little harder and bigger as I get closer. Maybe. If I'm not careful, I'm going to wind up having this on top of me. That's wide enough I could get the bike through. And that's starting to feel like work. So I think I'm gonna have to take off some layers. Okay, so I'm gonna put on lighter gloves also. Okay, hopefully it will be no problem going through that. Okay, now I gotta go do it one more time coming back, but I think downhill gravity will help me get through it a little bit easier. I don't know. Well, if you saw my tiger ride yesterday, would I have gone through here on the tiger? I don't think so. A little deeper than what I have been willing to go through in the past. But hey, here we go. And you know what? I could probably get through that too, but I think I'm calling it. Now that little thing off to the left there doesn't go real far. There's some nice views of Mt Shasta and the mountains if you go up there. Now I get worried when I come up something like this. If I do get into a bind, it's going to be really hard to get any kind of help up here. That fallen tree, well, again, anybody with a chainsaw could take that out very quickly, but would have to be done. The snow that I've gone through so far, if you had any kind of all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, you'd get through that no problem. Yeah, you see this, see where I am. Okay, Toad Lake is right there. My guess is I got a little further, probably, than that last ride, although I'll have to check it. But that is where I am right now, and that is where Toad Lake Trailhead is, and I just don't think I was going to actually make it. Elevation is 5230 right here. What's the elevation of Toad Lake? Ooh, Toad Lake's almost 7,000. That's a lot further to have to go up, so yeah, no. Well, I just checked Gaia, and I made it further my last time up here. That icy patch that stopped me was a little bit before that next bend back to the right. So we've had a little snow and some deadfall and such over the road since then. And once again, dual sports are awesome. The places you can go with them. And adventure bikes, if you're a normal human, which some people are not. The one that comes to mind is Chris Birch. He has all kinds of videos out there of him riding very large KTM adventure bikes in places where most people couldn't even ride a lightweight dirt bike. So yeah, it can be done, but that guy's like an 11-time world enduro champion. I don't know what else. He's not human. Seems very friendly and likable in his videos, but still, he's not human. Might be able to do it on the right, but I think it's safer just to go back the way I came. You know, it's really kind of fun. I'm liking this. It's fun until you tip over or get into trouble. Kind of makes me feel like a kid again, although I'm a long ways from that. And I'm guessing that's probably about the worst of it. I got a little more coming. All right. That wasn't all of it. And this looks like it was moderately deep. A little momentum helps. I still got to get past that fallen tree. But as I said, I think going down at, you know, those kind of few chunky rocks in there, it'll be easy just to roll over them. But what I'm doing right now, honestly, the klx230 when I had it, just a little bit heavier, but it carried it higher, a little higher center of gravity, and the higher seat. I did not have the confidence to try to go into a little bit sketchy areas like this on the klx230. Yeah, going down was easier. Oh, looks like I went through here, so I'll stick with what worked before. Yeah. But not making it all the way to the lake, it actually saves me quite a bit of time on this ride. I guess 30, 40 minutes extra if I'd had to go all the way up there and turn around and come back. Now, honestly, when I think about putting different tires on this, I kind of scratch my head and would go, why? You know, would I put the same ones on again? Maybe. Absolutely everything that I've asked them to do, they've done, and done it pretty well. I have no doubt if I was young enough and crazy enough to do some of these really steep trails that the hardcore dirt bikers do, I'd want more aggressive tires on this, but for what I do, they're really very good. Now it's just a road ride. See how dirty the bike looks. Yeah, really not that bad. I didn't scare you guys at all, did I? And this is what's nice about a lightweight motorcycle. I just push this thing right in.